Before getting into ASPICE, I always believe in this. Okay, our TQM gurus, quality gurus, Stewart, Duran, Deming, and Humphrey, 2001, they come up with these principles. Right? The quality of product is largely determined by quality of process that is used to develop and maintain it. Hope you all agree that, okay, yeah. Finally, you follow the process, result will come, right? But are you true? Okay, process always gives the results. If you follow the process, always you have to have a question mark on that. Because process means, okay, not only what the documents and templates, other things we are developing, okay, we are fully compliant with ASPICE or other standards. Okay, we have process in place. Whether you will get the results, I don't think so. So, apart from that, okay, the process insists, right? People, technology as well. So if you don't have right skill and knowledge in the people, then you don't deliver. At the same time, technology also, like if you don't have upgraded technology, new technology or tools in place, you don't deliver, right? So process improvements always insist. I think you take any standards, right? They'll ask for you have a skill or knowledge for deliver particular project. At the same time, the technology what you are using can be hardware or software, whatever the resource, right? So the process always expects these things, but the people think always, right, okay, process means documents, other things. It's not that. Try to remember that it's not that the quality guy or ASPICE or someone, no, if it is there, everything will happen. But as an organization, you want to deliver right products and to the customer with full satisfaction, customer satisfaction, you need all together. So that's how process improvement always insist on that. But don't divert like, okay, quality process means something, but you should have these all the things. Okay? Yeah. So we get into the ASPICE model. So what is ASPICE? The Automotive Software Process Improvement for Capability Determination. Most of them might be knowing, but just to insist on that. It is a standard, industry standard guideline for evaluating the software. This is a process assessment model where the organization can be, or projects can be assessed capability levels or organization maturity level also. And then you can drive the continuous improvements over the organization. And also it enables OEMs and suppliers how they can deliver the projects successfully. Yeah. So here is the point which you need to think about, why ASPICE. Large share of software components vehicle. I think you know, right, okay, day to day, we are started with mechanical car driven, now moving to software driven vehicle. Definitely lot of components. Now the demand is from customer, okay, what software features we have, what we can deliver, right? The demand is growing. Too many requirements, I think you know, right, okay. If you look at, you have functional, non-functional, maybe functional safety, safety related, cyber security related, and most importantly, regulation is coming, right? Emission regulation for different countries, all the things. So too many requirements, and then we need to deliver finally, right? That's the thing. Complex software also, maybe I can say that we have maybe started from 0 lines of code, maybe now it is 100 millions of code, maybe in future 200 millions of code. Definitely how we can address these all things. And then above this ASPICE, again, the same automotives, right, Audi and Volkswagen, they are insisting KGAS requirement, okay, how your code will be cyclometric complexity. It should not be complex so that we can deliver. So slowly it will come to everywhere also, because the code is increasing in whatever you are developing, complexity is increasing. Too many suppliers, large teams, definitely the software area is increasing. How we can manage, right, these all the aspects, it's important. So ASPICE also helps early stage, if you identify some of the critical mistakes that can be solved in the project early stage. Then this also one thing, right, ASPICE, okay, we have a periodic reviews and then audits, which helps early stage how our plans are followed, and then how we can make sure the quality is existing. Otherwise, we can stop there itself, not to proceed, go back and work towards that. And also, right, OEMs and suppliers, it will give confidence, okay, whatever I'm developing in as a part of project life cycle, whether I can deliver or not. So every project life cycle you can account for that, okay. Then if it's not going as per plan, maybe go back, work towards that and deliver the right product. Maybe we'll take up question and answer later part. ASPICE evaluation is also important thing, like how it has come, right? Okay, this automotive industry, how it is grown and how really doing that. In 2001 and 4, was a HIS called, it's a German word, Initiative software. The group has started. It is like Audi, BMW, Daimler, Porsche, Volkswagen. They are the founder of this. They started initially come up with set of process where they want to establish, okay, we are all automotive, how we can develop software, right? They come up with some set of process during 2005. It's been released in 2005. Later, 2006, VDA, QMC, and then AutoSig, Intax together, they developed another version, 2006. You can see again, right, most of the automotive terminology you might be knowing, VDA they use, that also German terminology. Verband Automobile Industries, Association of Automotive Industry. They together formed this. And also, right, AutoSig. These are also not only whatever you have a HIS, right? There are a group of people, Audi, BMW, Daimler, Porsche, Volkswagen. There is automotive special interest group is joined, like Fiat, Ford, Land Rover, and then Volvo. Some of the group, they are also formed to come up with this standard. Initially, you see right now, there is a PAM 2.3 and PRM 4.3. You will go through that PAM is what and PRM later part. And then the next version, 2008, there is, you can see, initially there are a couple of versions released. Then 2010, the version. Later part, 2015, there they combined PRM and PAM together and released ASPICE 3.0 version. And the latest version, you can see that, okay, 3.1, most of them are following that, ASPICE 3.1 version with, and then 4.0, it's released last year. Still training and other transition are happening. We'll get into the details of those things later part. So this is the history, I can say, evaluation of ASPICE. So can get into what is ASPICE means for OEMs and suppliers. This is important to know that, because now day to day, I think you can see that more suppliers involving in OEMs. So the supplier and OEMs, they will define their own process, right, to comply with ASPICE, which will helpful for them to assess the capabilities. And also, right, okay, it facilitates better collaboration between OEM and as well as supplier together. There is a common language can be used. Otherwise, we don't know supplier what they are developing and what we can relate with OEM, or OEM doesn't know what supplier is developing. There will be confusion. So if you see now, the bigger part of this OEMs will be there. It can be supplier, you can say tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, a couple of suppliers. So what OEM perspective they expect is, they think that proactively address the failures at early stage. Especially they don't want to get into the warranty cost and the recalls, other things. So they would like to have a better product in their place. So they think ASPICE. And also since OEM has a knowledge in ASPICE, when it comes to supplier, they can demand, okay, and they take decision which supplier is good and where we can consider the suppliers. Right? So they can take decision, okay, which supplier can deliver good product quality. For suppliers' perspective, adopting ASPICE, they think, yeah, I can deliver whatever the customer need with my process and quality aspects. So this is the supplier and then OEM relation. Definitely, the supplier part is increasing, and many of them want to get into the OEM, what they want and what we would like to deliver. The confidence building on the OEMs, okay. So now we can get into the real ASPICE model and framework. Most of them might be knowing, but just give this is the ASPICE framework. One is model perspective, assessment perspective, and training perspective. We, as we said, no PRM and PAM, like that, PAM. This comes process reference model and process assessment model and measurement framework. This can be for 3.1 or 4.0. When it comes to assessment, we have process capability with a level 1, level 2. We have some guidelines, whoever assessors, blue and gold volume, which can help them to assess the organizations. When it comes to training, there are different assessors, provisional assessor, competent assessor, principal assessor, and ASPICE. These are some of the trainings. Now 4.0 is coming with new trainings. If you want assessor, you should be a process expert first, then provisional assessor, like that. And also some more trainings, not only specific to ASPICE, they are coming with agile ASPICE and functional safety, cyber security. There are a couple of trainings are coming in 4.0 version. Probably it will come maybe September, October down the line. Okay. Yeah. So we get into the ASPICE model again. There is a process dimension, the capability dimension. When we call process reference model is how you develop the process in an organization. This is what kind of process you should have, how you need to develop that. Use here reference model. Process categories, processes, domain and scope. If you take domain, it can be software, hardware, and what is the scope of organization. So that comes. And when it comes to process assessment model, the process performance indicator, the process capability indicator, like how the organization is performing and the capabilities of that. The measurement framework will give is a level 1 or level 2 and rating methods. I think it can be like a fully, largely, or partially not applicable. So there are two dimensions where here what the process you need to establish, how it is going to be assessed, your processes. So the model. So entire process reference model, how it looks like as a part of structuring, right? So you can divide into your organization also, like how you want to establish, but this is as per ASPICE. So if you see process life cycle, you have a primary and supporting organizational process. Process groups are management level, system level, software, support, reuse, process improvement, management, and acquisition. These are some of the process groups. Process areas, these are some of the example given. It can be management related, system level, software level, support level, and reuse, and process improvement, and acquisitions. Process areas component. This is what expect ASPICE. One is process ID, as you see, man.3 or sys.1. These are the terminology they use for ID. Process name, it can be project management or software requirement analysis. Process purpose, what exactly we need to achieve with respect to process, and process outcomes. What are the work products you are going to deliver? So this is the structure. You can see in real this. I think this is the slide most of them might be knowing in the organization, because this is very much required for any kind of organization. Even though we have 32 process areas, VDA come up with 16 process areas where most of the organizations are using this processes. So the groups, as we discussed, right, primary life cycle, organization life cycle, and support life cycle. You can see the color difference where system, software, and acquisition and supplier process group together primary life cycles. Organization, you can see that there is a management process groups like a project management, risk management, and reuse and process improvements. And support groups which support with respect to project, quality assurance, configuration, problem, change request. So this is the PRM model where the VDA has come up with certain process areas. I know that there are many process areas. If you look at the old versions, now it is 32. Maybe I can say 40, 50 process areas are there. That's why sometimes you see the numbering, why maybe only 1, 2 is there, later 8, 9, 10. So they merged some of the process, come up with one numbering. That's why you can see some numbering differences. Now again, this also, right, 4.0 further reduced. We can look into that aspect. So another view is here, like video scope is only this part, V-cycle, like system, software, there is a support and acquisition related. If you see, ASPICE, they developed hardware mechanical related also, not within ASPICE scope, separately they developed, which can be used. It's a part of 3.1, but now 4.0, it's combined hardware related aspects as well. So that's why they differentiated. System level is same, the domain level can have hardware and software, other things, but the initial version is software. So, and further details, right? Okay, yeah, how it is assessment model coming into picture, right? The process assessment model itself. First is process performance indicator, where the lower level, I can say level 1, what expects. So there is a best practices. Best practice, you can say that, okay, we need to develop requirement, right? So requirement specification. Output products can be like, okay, you have a requirement analysis document or anything. Work product characteristics can be like, okay, how we are developing it. It can be tool or it can be Excel, Word, those aspects. Process capability indicators, like you see, right, okay, process attributes. There are each level, PA 2.1, PA 2.2, like that. But each area, they need generic practices and generic resources, like how planning will be done, those aspects. Generic resource is nothing but what resource you are using, like a human resource, like, or hardwares or tools, whatever things. So these combined together, how the process attributes you satisfy and you are able to develop. Based on that, your organization will be level 1, level 2 will be decided. So this is the assessment model. Okay, measurement framework. Okay, I think many of the organizations say, okay, my organization is already level 3 and level 5, all the things, right? How it will be decided? So level 0 is nothing is implemented, not implemented, process is not implemented. When it comes to level 1, there is an implemented process, but achieved its purpose. May not be like a organization level. There are projects are executing in a available process. Next is managed. You have a proper plans in place, and also you have a proper control of configuration, other aspects is there, so that you can establish, control, and then maintain your process artifacts. This is the level 2. When it comes to level 3, this expects organization level process you should have, and then you need to define further for projects. And all the projects should follow defined process. You can tailor for your need, but the thing is, the expectation is you should have organization level defined process. Predictable. The predictable is also important. Once you establish, you need to think about, okay, how my organization is achieving, okay, 20 projects, 30 projects. What is your measurement? What is your target? Maybe you are slipping, schedule slippage around 95%, and it's too bad. We want to, should not slip that much. Maybe it should increase to 98, 99. So 2% slippage is fine. So you need to think about the defined limits, and you have to achieve for the targets. That is predictable. Innovating, it's continuously improving and change bringing into the organization. It can be research and development, or you are trying to bring new process, maybe you come up with new agile frameworks, or maybe new automation technology you are bringing from manual to automation. This is a continuous improvement, continually improve to see that innovating in the organization, whether you have some research and development established or not. This is the measurement framework. So we can get into the what is 3.1 and 4.0. So as I said, right, okay, with respect to 3 point, there are 10 process areas has been excluded because these are all not much using except supplier monitoring, product release related, and then other areas also not using effectively because it's been covered in a different way in the process areas. So these are all the process removed from 3.1 version. And 4.0 version, you can see that a green line where the new process areas has been added. Especially there is a machine learning and hardware and validation, and machine learning data management. So the 10 process removed and 10 process has been added. So, but the thing is here, surprise for me also, I think that, okay, ASPICE will come up with security, cyber security and functional safety, which are important one. But they have come up with different modules to address that. But it would have been better one common process to address all the aspects. Maybe VDA has some different thoughts on that. But mostly, no, if you have that in place, no, like, okay, yeah, exactly, we can define process and satisfy all the needs. But most of the organizations are moved towards that, okay. Even though it's not part of that, they're developing their own process to satisfy the needs of cyber security and then other aspects. Yeah. So version 3.1 to version 4.0, key changes. I think always we talk about, okay, ASPICE is software like that, okay. The term, right, automotive software process improvement for capability determination. Now it is moved to system. If you look at now, actually already we are involving in system development as well. So because process also like that, system engineering process areas already exist. So that's why they change it to automotive system process improvement for capability determination. So for so many years we were talking about software, but it's been changed to system. As we saw previous picture, there is a new process groups added, hardware, machine learning and validation. This is also important because now we are delivering to the OEMs, hardware and software together. And machine learning, that is also new things added. Many of the organizations moving towards that as well. The good part is planning and strategy related aspects moved from level 1 to level 2. This is always debate why planning is coming to the level 1 and level 2 already we are planning. So it's a good thought to move from planning strategy related aspects to level 1 to level 2. Traceability, consistency. Here also always debate, okay, why it is separately, again directing to traceability. Even though we see some consistency aspect, again asking questions on traceability. But now it is combined together, one best practice. Assessment methodology changed. Previously, like they used to have a VDA scope, other things. Now, different process group, like a software group, some common process together assessment, system level, and then some common process together assessment. The methodology itself changed now. So you can choose what methodology you want to go for assessment. It can be hardware or anything. This assessment. These are the major changes. There are a couple of generic practices, other changes also there. But at a high level, I can say that okay, these are the key changes, 4.0. So, benefits for automotive industries. So, ASPICE will give best practices, define best practices and process to ensure high quality of automotive system development. So if you look at here, why this high quality other things coming, it's not someone, VDA or someone is defining. All automotive OEMs are involving in development, like as we said, BMW, Audi, Volkswagen. In a way, they look at, okay, what exactly they need and what we can deliver. And also, you identify and address this early in the development process, thus reduce the issues later. We talked about this, okay, to reduce the warranty cost, maybe from OEM perspective, otherwise supplier perspective also, how we can deliver the good product to the supplier. If you have streamlined process, development process, then you can reduce the time as well as resource need, because day to day you need to improve and show efficiency, right? So if you initially maybe you may not have the streamlined process, over a period you develop, that will be helpful for organization to increase the efficiency. It's a common language we talked about, right? Okay, for organization and suppliers. If I say SWE1, okay, as a supplier, OEM already know that, okay, there's a SWE1 means software requirement like that. So the both can understand. Otherwise, what they are developing, what supplier is developing, what OEM developing, we don't know. And finally, what it means, and we need to understand like that. In a good way, it's both has to have this common language. increase customer satisfaction as we deliver good products to the customer. You will get the satisfaction. It lead to reputation and loyalty, trust and both between supplier and OEM. So, final conclusion when it comes to, we have talked about the agenda points. So, implementation of ASPICE helps in organization reliable and high quality products. I think we've been insisting that. Assessment process helps organization to identify strength and weakness. This is the important, right? Okay, when we are doing assessment, it's not that, okay, some findings, okay, we are closing. What can improve as an organization and what actions we can take further improve our process. It open door for the new business opportunities for suppliers. We have world biggest OEMs. It is a widespread recognized framework, ASPICE. So definitely all suppliers will help. And also I'm trying to bring another aspect is like OEMs nowadays. Initially it used to be like, you have some certificate, CMMI or ASPICE. Okay, one certificate is enough like that. No. Now each project level they are going, they expect each project should achieve level 2 or level 3 based on their needs. Some of OEMs, they are not taking product unless otherwise your project is assessed and certified level 2 or level 3. So they are mandating now the ASPICE level from OEM perspective. So we have to be ready for that if you want to increase the business as a supplier perspective and this one. So this is my last slide. Thank you all, and I can take up some questions if you have. Yeah. So that is, see, there is a confusion on system level, system qualification level, what should be done, right? System verification level. So what they brought is some can be done in a OEM perspective, some validation will happen because we may not have that facilities here. They try to bring how collaboratively we can do that validation aspects. Yeah.
How about the rest of the world, US?
Yeah. See, it started with Germany. Now Asia, almost all organizations are implementing. US also implementing. There are a couple of OEMs are following. Yeah. I think it looks like over a period it's mandating, I can say. Yeah. Any further questions? It is there. No, it is not part of VDA, but process is there. You can choose and work towards that. It's optional kind of things, but yeah, you can choose if you want to work. Other process areas also, it's in a VDA scope, but so they insisted these things mainly, but you can choose other process areas. There is not restricting, okay, yeah, you avoid or something. You can choose other processes, whatever you require for organization. Yeah. Thank you. Any questions? Yeah, please. Yes. No, they are already there. They exist, right? Okay. In 4.0 also it exists. See, 4.0 still exists, these all things. Like you see software release verification, they are all there. System, other things are there. They are not removed. The extra they added validation at system level. I'm not getting it.
I mean, Suite 4, for example. So we are doing a unit testing.
Yeah, unit testing.
And then we go for integration, confidence testing, all this. So other than that, what's included in validation as a separate block? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Various level you are doing, but the validation part exactly comes when we talk about system level validation. They're talking about at high level. this group, no, mainly talk about OEM and supplier perspective, where we don't have facilities, right? We need to run the trucks and we need to train
Okay, you
industry.
mean in a product level validation, all of those comes there.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Good question. Yeah. Even I expected, but even functional safety also we were thinking that those are our main things that will come in 4.0. But unfortunately, they have little focus in these different dimensions. Yeah, they have some trainings VJQMC, so how harness will take and we have to see that. But, as of now, they release this one. Not sure they will release next year.
Okay, so in the system engineering process group, okay, there is a section called SIS5,
Yeah.
6.5, and on top of 6.6 also there, right? So where the complete product validation from the OEM as part of the supplier also will be doing it. But why it is now removed in this box and particularly kept
No,
outside and
sys 6 is not there. Sys 5 only there.
it's not there?
It's not there.
Okay, but what is the changes in this actually? Because why we are keeping the validation process group as a separate box and how the
Because
collaboration will, because
it
we
will
have
go.
already existing tool or process available in our previous ASPICE level. How soon the process can be integrated or adapted to the new one?
Yeah. Thing is, right, okay, sys 5, up to what level we do testing, we don't know. Because supplier level, we have a limited things, right? And this validation, they would like to bring collaboration with OEMs and together. That's going to end product. They want to focus more to deliver in a better product. Otherwise, no, like, okay, what we are delivering, the integration part, finally how it will go, the collaborative way they want to deliver. Yeah.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.